Jim Doyle, real experience when we need it most.
You're watching NBC 26, where local news comes first. This is NBC 26 News at 10.
News in 6, our NBC 26 In-Depth shows you why local wineries are gaining a new respect.
Friends and family of 2 fallen officers face the accused killer today in court.
And News in 6, from Fond du Lac to Sturgeon Bay, you have to be on alert for the deadly West Nile virus. That is tonight's top story. Good evening to you. I'm Mark Leland, live in Green Bay.
And I'm Stacey Engebretson, live in the Fox Cities. A threat is growing across the country, and it's right here in Wisconsin. Just today in Alabama, another confirmed case of the West Nile virus. In Louisiana, 5 people are dead with 71 confirmed cases. Even the Centers for Disease Control isn't sure where the virus is headed next, but they say the disease is here to stay. In Wisconsin, there are no human cases reported this year, but the virus is here. So far, researchers find infected birds in these 11 Wisconsin counties. 43 birds collected between July 9th and the 31st have tested positive for the West Nile virus. Now that it has reached Wisconsin, is your family at risk of getting the disease? One local doctor tells NBC 26 reporter Steve Russell that the time to take precautions is now.
Nicole Sobkowitz is a self-described overly protective parent. She worries about anything happening to her son, Hutch, including getting bit by mosquitoes.
If he were to get bit by a mosquito, he's still too young to tell us that he itches.
With the West Nile virus now appearing here in Wisconsin, she is starting to worry about the possibility of Hutch being bitten by an infected mosquito.
I can stop him from playing by the street. I can stop him from being around strangers, but I mean, there's thousands of mosquitoes. I can't stop him from one little mosquito.
Including Wisconsin, the West Nile virus has appeared in 30 states, but treating patients with the virus isn't a great concern at St. Elizabeth Hospital in Appleton right now.
Only a very few number of cases do the symptoms become more pronounced and severe that would require hospitalization or any further intervention.
Symptoms are similar to the flu, such as fever and body aches. Should you be in an area that is mosquito infested, Dr. Warner advises to wear long pants and sleeves and mosquito repellent containing the substance DEET.
The chemical DEET is the one that's best known to decrease mosquito bites.
Dr. Warner doesn't see a state epidemic here, but Sobkowitz is still going to protect her pride and joy every time he's having fun at the playground. In Appleton, Steve Russell, NBC 26 News.
The closest confirmed case of the West Nile virus to Wisconsin is in Illinois. Even though West Nile is spreading, federal health officials say people shouldn't panic.
Continuing coverage on the man accused of killing 2 Hobart Lawrence police officers. Today, a judge rules Tyson Crucier will stand trial for their deaths. Crucier, bound to a wheelchair, is motionless. As a judge rules, there is enough evidence to try him on the 2 counts of intentional homicide and the deaths of officers Robert Etter and Stephanie Markins. Today's preliminary hearing is the first time the officers' families and colleagues heard detailed testimony on how their loved ones died.
We felt that both Bob and Stephanie were part of our family, and we're very close. It's a small department, so it was hard for me to go through that, too.
Crucier will be back in court on August 19th, and while Crucier stands charged with murder, one of the fallen officers is remembered. The wife of Officer Robert Etter is on hand last night as the De Pere City Council honored him with a public proclamation. Tony Etter thanked the mayor and the community for remembering her husband and his commitment to the area. Well, the man convicted of killing an Alloway jeweler tonight prepares to be sentenced for the crime. The jury spent 2 hours before finding Matthew Doty guilty of armed robbery and first-degree intentional homicide. Doty robbed and killed Douglas Taffa back on January 9th. He faces life in prison.
And to lose a loved one under such violent circumstances is unjust and unfair and beyond our control. All we can do is respond subsequently and hold those accountable to justice.
Matthew Doty will be sentenced in October. His wife Misty faces charges of aiding a felon in armed robbery. Her trial is scheduled to begin on Monday.
An Oshkosh teacher accused of having sex with a student pleads guilty in court today. That plea means the Winnebago County District Attorney's Office recommends Lori Mosier get 100 hours community service, 4 years probation, no teaching below a college level, and significant jail time, a deal she was willing to make.
Yeah, she just didn't want to go through the embarrassment of the trial. So, and she didn't want to put him on the stand. So that's why we entered the plea.
That him is the 17-year-old victim Mosier now admits to having sexual contact with. Mosier will be sentenced in September. A judge will decide if she will be placed on the state's sexual offenders registry. A former Winnebago County Board supervisor faces criminal charges tonight, accused of sexually exploiting a child. A criminal complaint says Dennis Payne took nude pictures of a 17-year-old girl. It also alleges he paid young people to allow him to videotape them engaged in pornographic activity. Payne was a Winnebago County Board member from 1996 until 1999. New information tonight on the man accused in the string of burglaries and sexual assault in the Fox Cities. Appleton police confirmed tonight that Todd Meverden is not the suspect in the Hoover Park stabbing, which happened 3 years ago today. An investigation finds that Meverden was out of the state at the time of the attack.
Former Green Bay Packer Craig Newsom tonight faces up to 6 years in prison. La Crosse County prosecutors ask a judge to sentence Newsom for getting prescription drugs by fraud. They say Newsom broke his plea agreement in a 2-year-old drug case. Newsom played 4 years with the Packers. Continuing coverage tonight on an overnight drive-by shooting that narrowly missed a Green Bay woman. Police say a gunshot came in within 3 feet of her head, one shot flying through a window, another hitting her front porch. Police don't believe this shooting on the 600 block of South Maple is related to others in recent months.
News since 6, a popular downtown Appleton bar has its liquor license suspended for serving alcohol to minors. Clancy Muldoon's Pub and Grill failed 2 police stings in February and May. Tonight, the Appleton Common Council votes to suspend Muldoon's liquor license for 10 days. That's the minimum penalty for having 2 violations in 1 year. Also tonight, the council shoots down a rate hike for downtown parking ramps. After hearing from several angry downtown business owners, the council votes down a resolution to increase rates for parking passes and ramp fees. The new rates would have generated $500,000 a year. A maintenance plan gets the green light tonight to keep the new College Avenue looking new. News since 6, the city makes a 5-year agreement to split cleaning duties with property owners. Some of their responsibilities: sweeping sidewalks, removing graffiti, and cleaning trash receptacles.
Sturgeon Bay health officials tonight pointing the finger, believing the city of Menominee, Michigan may be to blame for the contamination closing 4 Door County beaches. Officials say this wastewater treatment plant in Menominee could be responsible for the high levels of E. coli in the water. On June 24th, the area received 5 to 7 inches of rain, forcing the plant to release millions of gallons of water with sewage. No rain really in the forecast today or tomorrow.
That's right. We haven't had rain so far this work week, but it looks like we will have a chance for some rain as we head into the weekend. Not tomorrow, like you just said, or Friday. Let's take a look at what happened today. You know, today was really one of the nicest days we've seen all year long. And we finished with a beautiful sunset. Take a look at the time lapse from Green Bay. Lots of clouds moving through as the sun set earlier this evening. Right now we're looking at temperatures that are mainly in the 60s. 61 degrees in Green Bay, 66 in the Fox Cities, with east winds at about 5 miles per hour. The pressure is steady, and the dew point is in the mid-50s. Temperatures across northeast Wisconsin are running about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than they were last night at this time. And that's going to have an impact on tonight's low temperatures. Probably about 5 to 8 degrees warmer tomorrow morning when you head out the door compared to this morning. The coolest locations right now are Sheboygan and Manitowoc, where it's in the upper 50s, and the 2 warm spots, Appleton and Shawano, where it's in the mid-60s. So the forecast for tonight calls for cool weather, but not quite as cool as it has been the last couple of nights. Mostly clear. Overnight lows in the upper 50s to around 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a little bit warmer. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s. Friday, warmer yet. We'll talk about how warm coming up in the long-range forecast at 10:19. Stacy, Mark?
Well, a booming business is giving some Wisconsin entrepreneurs the sweet taste of success.
Tonight's NBC 26 In Depth. This isn't the vineyards of France or the Napa Valley. It's local wineries right here in northeast Wisconsin.
Then inside the Packer Zone, it's the part of training camp we don't like to hear. Sports has the injury report.
Plus, 2 ex-Packers have medical troubles of their own. You're watching NBC 26, where local news comes first.
If you want a family meal where the value is for real, come on and get it.
It's Ponderosa's all-you-can-eat steak or shrimp. Get your choice of all the flame-grilled steak or golden-fried shrimp you can eat for just $8.99. You also get all the appetizers, soups, salads, and desserts you want. It's all-you-can-eat steak or shrimp time at Ponderosa.
Come on and get it. Come on and get it.
Hi, I'm Tom Barrett. I've got 4 kids counting on a good education. As governor, I'll make sure we have better teacher training and expand reading programs so every child can read by 3rd grade. I'll deal with the teacher shortage by helping pay college tuition for graduates who agree to teach in Wisconsin. Soon Kate here will be starting public school too, and I want to make sure we're ready.
Tom Barrett, Democrat for governor.
Tell them what we need, kids.
A fresh start.
It was quite a storm. We had golf ball size hail.
And it was just like day turned to night.
The hail was bouncing off the side of the house.
You could actually see the dents in the roof.
It was wild.
The hood of my car was totally wiped out. Our screened-in porch got damaged.
Like somebody had taken a hammer and just hit it all over the place. We called our American Family agent.
We just called our American Family agent.
The claims person pointed out things that we didn't even see.
With American Family, you don't have to worry.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
NBC 26 News is brought to you by American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. You're watching NBC 26, where local news comes first. With Mark Leland and Stacey Engebretson. This is NBC 26 News at 10.
Tonight, NBC 26 In Depth takes a look at the booming wine business in northeast Wisconsin. While it's not Napa Valley, Wisconsin wine is starting to get the respect it deserves. The U.S. wine business is a $20 billion a year industry. As for Wisconsin wine producers, they have tasted success in recent years, and now they want more. Tonight, NBC 26 weekend anchor Bob Healy shows you why Wisconsin wineries are gaining more respect across the country.
They are the fruits of their labor.
Well, this can be harvested probably the end of September.
The Von Stiel Winery in Algoma is one of only a handful in Wisconsin that started growing their own grapes.
It takes about 3 to 4 years to actually get grapes from a vineyard. And our vineyard this year is actually going to produce some of its first grapes.
That is one of the biggest changes since NBC 26 first looked at the winemaking industry in Wisconsin 3 years ago, an industry that continues to grow. 3 years ago, there were 9 wineries in Wisconsin. Now that number's grown to 13, including a new winery in Appleton.
So there's definitely more of an interest in grape growing and winemaking in the state. And the industry is growing quite nicely.
You want a sneak a cup?
And tastes are also changing. In the past, Wisconsin's been primarily known for producing sweet fruit wines. The Von Stiel Winery does have 5 different varieties of cherry wine. Last year, though, they took on the big boys, competing with California wineries and winning a gold medal for the Riesling.
It made people sit up and say, well, they can make good wine. Not that we didn't before, but it just was something that people need some proof of, I guess.
And it wasn't just a fluke. During the past 2 years, the Riesling and Pommes have won 7 gold medals and have done well wherever they've been entered into competition, gaining Wisconsin wine a little more respect across the country.
I think we're definitely getting more respect, and I think we're only getting it because we've earned it.
Across the state, wine sales are on the way up. The Von Stiel Winery will produce 25,000 gallons of wine this year with 20 different varieties. A far cry from 30 years ago, when the winery produced cherry and apple wines only. Now, with their first grapes ready to be harvested, the Von Stiel Winery is expecting to continue to grow its business on the shelf and in the fields. In Algoma, I'm Bob Healy, NBC 26 In Depth.
Well, here are more insights into the wine industry. 98% of wine made in the United States comes from wineries in 4 states, California, Washington, Oregon, and New York. And the average American drinks 2 gallons of wine per year. That's compared to Europe, where they average 10 gallons per year. Well, tomorrow night, a Packer Zone In Depth.
The million-dollar question, it's what we all want to know. How far will the green and gold go this year? Find out what the experts are predicting and then hear the reaction from the players. That's tomorrow, only on NBC 26 News at 10.
And get ready to head back inside the Packer zone.
The battle to improve their game has sent a few members of the green and gold to the sidelines. Sports has the story coming up.
With no rain in the forecast for the next couple of days, it looks like pollen levels will stay in the medium to high category here in northeast Wisconsin, and you can see that with our allergy alert pollen forecast. If you'd like more information, you can log on to NBC26.com and click on Allergy Alert. You're watching NBC 26 News at 10.
Thank you, America. Thank you for making Ashley Furniture Home Store the fastest growing furniture retailer in America. You have the Ashley Promise to continue to offer beautiful quality home furnishings at affordable prices with flexible financing options. From the Ashley family of employees to your family, we'd like to say...
谢谢，多谢晒。
Gracias.
Grazie.
Thank you, America.
We appreciate your business.
If your life is one adventure after another, you need to explore the Dodge Summer Clearance and the bold new Dodge Ram Quad Cab. 4 full-size doors coupled with a full-size bed. Plus Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. And now get a cash allowance of up to $3,000 or 0% APR financing for 60 months. That can save you up to $7,000 on Durango. All of which now make Dodge man's newest best friend.
If you spend 2 hours in a room where someone's smoking, you'll inhale the equivalent of 4 cigarettes. My dad shared an office with a chain smoker, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for more than 10 years. Not surprisingly, he died of lung cancer. I've had enough of secondhand smoke. Have you?
Nothing gets them home faster than Domino's delicious pizza. It's just not dinner unless it's Domino's. Get the door. It's Domino's. Order 2 medium 1-topping pizzas for only $12.99 to get an order of cheesy bread free. That's free cheesy bread with 2 medium pizzas for $12.99. Make them large for just $4 more.
This is Unison. 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 At Unison Credit Union, we start with you. NBC 26 News is brought to you by Unison Credit Union. And now, Cameron Moreland's Weather Command Center forecast.
After 3 consecutive days with below normal high temperatures, tomorrow, back to normal. By 9 o'clock, sunshine, temperatures right around 70. By 1 o'clock, look for upper 70s to around 80. And by 5 o'clock, mostly sunny skies across the area with temperatures in the lower 80s. Once again, a little cooler near Lake Michigan with a southeast wind, temperatures more than likely in the low to mid 70s. Well, so far this week, our weather has been dominated by a large area of high pressure, which has moved in from Canada. And right now, that area of high pressure is located directly overhead. Initially, we were on the southern and eastern side of it. That meant a cool flow coming in from Canada. But now, as this area of high pressure begins to shift off towards the east, things are going to start to warm up. Take a look at the high temperatures across the upper Midwest today. Most of us were in the mid to upper 70s, but out across the high plains, temperatures were in the 90s and low 100s. And once again, as that area of high pressure starts to shift towards the eastern seaboard, some of that heat is going to work towards Wisconsin. Not 100s, but we could see temperatures getting back up into the 80s. Right now, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s, 61 degrees in Green Bay, but you can see it progressively warms up out to the west, 71 in Minneapolis, 76 in Fargo, and it's still 87 degrees in Pierce, South Dakota. Along with the cooler temperatures the last couple of days, very comfortable dew points down in the 50s. Right now, the dew point is 54, but out to the west, dew points are climbing into the lower 70s, and that's pretty sticky air. And once again, as things start to warm up, the humidity will start to go up as well. So here's that area of high pressure tonight, beginning to move away by tomorrow. That means our winds are going to turn to the south, especially by Friday, with southwest winds. It looks like temperatures climbing well up into the 80s. Precision cast starting at 11 o'clock tonight shows mostly clear skies across the Badger State. Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, mostly clear skies. That means a lot of sunshine. And thanks to that area of high pressure, another mostly sunny day across eastern Wisconsin. Tomorrow's high temperatures will be in the upper 70s to lower 80s across the eastern half of the state, but then low to mid 80s out towards Minneapolis. 90s once again in South Dakota. Friday with a southwest wind, it looks like temperatures probably in the mid 80s for most of us. Some areas a little bit cooler, maybe some areas a little bit warmer, but generally right around 85, 86 degrees. And you know what? My mic just went off, so you know what? I'm going to head over here. Oh, my mic's back, so I'll keep talking. All right, here comes that cold front moving through on Saturday, giving us a chance for showers and thunderstorms, and it might linger into Sunday morning. Let's take a look at the long-range forecast if we can do that. All right, tomorrow, mostly sunny, lower 80s, more sunshine on Friday, mid-80s, a chance for some storms on Sunday, mainly Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then a chance for some more storms on Monday. Live television, Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll send that one to Dick Clark.
A little rain and intermittent audio.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot. Ted?
Checking my mic now. Okay, I'm Ted Stefania. Coming up next in sports, we'll tell you why Packer receiver Terry Glenn left practice today. And are the Packers that desperate for a punt returner? Gilbert Brown gives it a try. We'll explain next. Plus, 2 former Packer stars end up in the hospital. We'll tell you why next. You're watching NBC 26, where local news comes first.
Mohican North Star Casino presents 4 legendary soul performers. The Soul Superstars, August 17th, starring the legendary Al Green.
Let's stick together.
Plus, the Spinners. Along with Wilson Pickett. Plus, Martha Reeves. Soul Superstars, Saturday, August 17th, only at Mohican North Star Casino. Tickets are on sale now.
The best part of back to school is going shopping.
I have all the kids together. They all have their list. Everything is here, all in one place. Binders, folders,
Markers, gel pens, crayons. My teacher says I highlight too much. If there's something really, really cool, it's low price, then your mom won't say, no, no. Ooh, this is nice. I have to look good for school. For the first day of school, you just have to have new shoes.
The carts are pretty full, and they'll be ready for the first day.
Yeah, I like this. Sweet.
So how do you like the Big Apple?
Hey, what's that?
That's a herd of poodle.
What's that?
An upside-down square dance. Come on.
What's that?
That's a New York City swimming hole. Come on, I'm hungry.
What's that?
The new Southwest turkey and bacon on jalapeno cheese bread. Reminds me of home.
Delicious turkey, crisp bacon, topped with tangy Southwest sauce, all in our new fresh baked jalapeno cheese bread.
Ooh, loose horse. I'll get it.
Not a good idea.
You've got workwear, casual wear, and some old favorites that probably should be thrown out. But anytime you need a new look, check out the selection available at Mills Fleet Farm. You'll find a lot of denim. In fact, men's Levi's are on sale. So are fashions for the rest of the family, including kids' apparel just in time for back to school. We're not going to tell you to get rid of that favorite pair of pants, but we will suggest that when you come into Mills Fleet Farm to check out lawnmowers, you wear those new Levi's.
You've got possibilities. Wow!
Get a house full from our Broyhill Showcase Gallery with just $10 down. No interest, no payments for 1 year. All Broyhill Attic Heirloom sale price. Set of 3 oak tables were $1,200, now $488. Solid oak trim sofas, save $400. Save $500 on your choice sleigh bed or Bombay style, just $997. Yours with $10 down. No interest, no payments for a year.
Furnishings unlimited. Unlimited possibilities.
Inside the Packers zone, Terry Glenn has been prone to injuries, so the Packers have kept a close eye on him. Today, he gave the Packers another scare. Glenn left practice this morning after he tweaked his knee during a passing drill. He came down awkward on the knee and walked off under his own power. The coaches were a little concerned, and they're hoping there's nothing to worry about.
A little scare there. He kind of got bent over backwards, and he felt. I think we were more scared than anything. I know he was, and so was I. But he's going to be fine. It was the other knee, and he wanted to go back in. Just that kind of held him out, so he was fine.
A defensive lineman, Steve Warren, also left practice this morning. He was injured during a lineman one-on-one drill, injured his ring finger. The finger appeared to be dislocated. However, there's no report on how serious the injury is or if it will keep him out of practice. Well, the morning practice ended with some friendly competition, but a lot at stake here. Mark Tauscher and Gilbert Brown battled in a punt return competition. The players with the most catches won an extra hour before curfew for either the offense or the defense. Tauscher showed some pretty good hands, making 2 catches. The Gravedigger coming up right here. Is he going to make it? No, had a little trouble there today. Tauscher won the offense an extra hour of curfew, and we'll have to see if Tauscher applies for that punt returning duty. Well, we have expanded coverage for the Packers for you every Sunday night. Don't forget to join us during our 10 o'clock news. It's what you're looking for Sunday nights inside the Packer zone. Former Packer Bernardo Harris has found a new team. The linebacker has signed a contract with the Baltimore Ravens. The news isn't so good for Santana Dotson. He ruptured his Achilles tendon during a practice with the Redskins yesterday. Dotson had surgery today. It has ended his season and quite possibly his 11-year career. And another former Packer ended up in the hospital today. Running back Dorsey Levens dislocated his finger in practice with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, x-rays were negative. It's doubtful Levens will play Saturday when the Packers visit Philadelphia for a pre